Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Veterans Day. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, let me say this first and foremost. The purpose of this video is not to fearmonger. It's not to incite worry in my viewers or anything like that. But it's honest concerns. It's scenarios that I've thought about in the last couple of days by kind of extrapolating Trump's past behavior, his past statements, the stuff he's pointed towards doing in if he won this election, which of course we all know now he did. And he has, it seems like, I think the Congress now and the Senate are both Republicans, so he has pretty much free reign over the government. So I've been thinking about this. I did the video where I talked about my MAGA barber. I've done like probably 10 videos talking about this guy. But when I was in the other day, this guy was actually just ecstatic. It almost looked like he was high. He was high on Trump, you know. I mean, he was literally walking around that barbershop yelling and pumping his everybody that came in there. He's like, yeah, did you vote for Trump? Let the money flow in. You know, and I honestly couldn't believe how this guy he truly believes that it's going to rain money over the next 4 years. I mean, I'm not kidding around. That's, you know, he said this to me several times. Like at the end of the video I did, you know, he told me that I'll be able to tip him more next time I come. I mean, he literally believes that everybody's going to be rich. You know, it's the land of milk and honey is coming back with Donald Trump. Okay, so I started thinking about this. Like I said, extrapolating what Trump has said about the enemy within. You know, and he's talking about America. He's talking about enemies in America, or what he perceives as his enemies. And I can only take that to mean Democrats, liberals, progressives, politicians, people in the government, and I'd have to assume it also includes citizens or anybody speaking out against him on the media or maybe on YouTube platforms. You know, what is his definition of the enemy within? Because he talked about that several times. Okay, I started about thinking about this scenario. Okay, so these supporters believe that, you know, everybody's going to be more wealthy. You know, they're going to get paid more, less taxes, less regulation. It's just going to be, you know, nonstop money rolling into the bank account. So what if, with the tariffs and what economists have said over and over again, that it's more than likely that a lot of his policies will increase inflation. So what if that happens? Let's just say what if. What if, say, 2 years from now, things aren't going as Trump supporters planned? What if inflation actually goes up? What if prices actually go up? What if gas actually goes up? Stock market goes down. You know, what if, theoretically, what if this happens? What would Donald Trump do? You know, now he would have nobody to blame this on. You know, he wouldn't be able to blame it on Democrats in the House. He wouldn't be able to blame it on Democrats in the Senate. Who would be the scapegoat? You know, because we know that Donald Trump does not take responsibility for, you know, he does no wrong. So who would he blame this on? Democrats. But what Democrats? People have talked about the possibility. He's talked about this before with California, denying California relief efforts for disasters because of Governor Newsom's policies and all that. He's actually talked about denying California money for all the fires they have out there and stuff like that, which is just unbelievable that a past president or a future president would talk about basically just leaving his constituents in certain blue states out to dry just to fend for themselves. But what if that's the case? Here in Connecticut, we're a blue state. We got our House is blue, our governor is a Democrat, and you know, this stuff like this worries me. But what if you took it a little further? What if I started thinking about this? Trump has proposed loyalty oaths if he became president again, in his cabinet, in his administration, having people sign oaths of loyalty. I'll have the links down below, the actual links to articles that have talked about this. He's actually talked about this in the past. What if he took that a step further? What if he needed the Democrats, you know, scapegoats? And what if he proposed, and a way to save money too, possibly denying some Democrats, Social Security benefits or Medicare benefits, Medicaid benefits to save money as a scapegoat? And picture this scenario. I'm not saying this out of fear mongering. Who knows what's going to happen? What if he asks citizens to sign a loyalty oath? Me, you, everybody else. But he phrases it as loyalty, patriotic loyalty to our country. You know, the way I've seen Trump supporters act in the last few days, I don't think any of them would speak out against this. I think they would all love it. They would all sign their names, no problem. Okay, so what would happen if you didn't sign it? And what would be the penalties if you spoke out against it? You know, if you broke the loyalty oath, and I had to sign the loyalty oath and I signed it, or if I didn't sign it, would I go to jail? What if I did sign it and I got on YouTube and I spoke out against Donald Trump? Would that be considered unpatriotic? Would I have to, be looking at a jail sentence? I know this stuff sounds crazy in, the United States, but judging on his past behavior, his past statements, who's to say that, I'm not fear-mongering here. It's something I'm really concerned about. Then you would be actually looking at going to jail for breaking your loyalty oath or not signing your loyalty oath. And like I said before, the way I've seen Trump supporters acting in the last 2 or 3 days, I don't see them standing up for our rights. I could see them just going along with this with no problem. If it was phrased about patriotism, the flag, and, America, and having somebody to blame if his policies don't work. Like I said, I'm not trying to fearmonger here. These are things that I'm really concerned about. Let me know what you think. There'll be some links down below about how he's talked about loyalty oaths before. You guys have a good Monday.